everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so excited because I have Heidi Riley on the line with me tonight, and we are here live to chat with you a little bit about Lemongrass Spa. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi. I'm so
How are
excited to be
you?
here with you.
It's
I'm
great to
well.
be
How are
here
you?
with you as well. Thank you so much. I was just telling you, I don't meet that many Heidis, and it's great when I do. And it seems like we already have figured out a lot that we have in common.
Yes, I love that. I love meeting other Heidis too, and the fact that you have Scandinavian heritage and I have Swiss German heritage. And yeah, that's fabulous.
Exactly. I know it is. It's so cool. But we live on opposite ends of the country. So I'm in Florida and you are in Washington. Tell us a little bit about where you live and what you and your husband do.
So we live in the beautiful Columbia Basin Valley of Washington State. And the only way this area even has water is because of the Columbia River and irrigation. So it was a massive desert, and they brought the irrigation in, and now it's a beautiful, fertile farming community. And my husband is a farmer here, and he works for a large farm. He manages a truck shop and manages part of the farm. And then he also does some farming himself. He farms garlic and shallots. So that's what we do.
Garlic and shallots. Okay, I need to stop you because that wasn't something that was even on my radar when you mentioned that your husband was in agriculture. So tell me a little bit about what that process is to produce those crops.
Well, garlic and shallots are both part of the allium family. So right now, for the shallots, we're right in the process of planting. And so we farm on a commercial scale, so it's larger scale. The garlic gets planted actually in the fall and then is in the ground over winter. And now it's several inches tall and growing very nicely. And harvest will usually start for the shallots or the garlic in about July. And so 3 really busy months of running water, checking water, and keeping on top of everything. And then the shallots will be harvested, probably starting in August, just kind of throughout the fall.
So I can imagine you have some amazing recipes. I'm just guessing, Heidi.
Well, you know what, with the shallots, they're a little bit smaller than an onion, but you can use them in any recipe that you would use an onion. The funny thing is before my husband started farming them, I don't think I'd hardly ever use them. They're kind of used in specialty or gourmet cooking. A lot of them actually get exported to other countries or to the East Coast. A lot of the East Coast chefs and things will use them. I think some go to India and just different places like that. So yeah, I like using them in salad dressings, sauteing them. You can use them in any way you would use an onion. They have a really good flavor.
How they do. That's amazing. It's super
You cook with them?
fascinating. I mean, you know what? Not very often. No. So I think you could absolutely give me some tips. Garlic all the time, but not so much shallots. So I need a little bit of an education. So that was great.
Yeah.
So you started with lemongrass a while back, and you had a really compelling reason to start trying the products in the first place. Tell us a little bit about that.
Let's see. It was July of 2020. I was invited to a virtual event on WhatsApp. I got to give a little backstory because it's only fair to be transparent. But I had kind of seen lemongrass thrown around before on social media, and I was really skeptical. I was like, it's probably just like another company making these claims, who knows if it's really very legit or amazing. Well, I got invited to a virtual event and I was so impressed. I'd been interested in clean living and clean labels and all that before, but I just absolutely love the transparency of the company and just the fact that they provided so much amazing training in the skincare class. What's in your products? What are the top chemicals to avoid? I was really, really amazed and very intrigued immediately. My mind just very quickly changed. And let's see, I started out just trying, I think, the healing elements. I mean, hello, best product, amazing testimonials. I was like, I'll start with that. And let's see, I think after that, I decided to host an event And yeah, it was like all over from there.
So you never really planned to use this as a business or a means to earn some income, but then some things changed. What was that for you?
So I decided to host an event. And, after my second class and all the interaction, I still had some questions. There was a couple questions that I had that I decided that I was going to research for myself. And I actually emailed home office. I was like, I'm really interested in your company. I love what I'm seeing. I'm interested in the products, but there's a couple questions I have, like about, possibly a few preservatives or things that you might be using. And I was so impressed with the answers that I got. They were very clear. They were very transparent. I was amazed at the fact that if you use any preservatives, they're going to be on the lower end of the EWG scale, and they're going to be usually almost always like below the safe zone or at a lower concentration if you're using like a water-based product. Maybe to most people that doesn't even matter. But, my son has had asthma. I'm extremely sensitive to fragrances, to different products. And so I'm really, really careful what I bring in my home. I thought it was. And I love the fact, that was another question I had. So do you use any synthetic fragrances? Because it said plant extracts, botanicals, essential oils. But there's so much greenwashing that goes on nowadays, as you know, that sometimes it can be difficult to know, is this company really transparent? Well, I love that Lemongrass is a full transparency company. You can go to the website, you can find every ingredient. If you have any questions, you can email or call, and you're going to get very clear, very transparent answers. So I was so impressed, and that really made up my mind.
Well, I know you had a big concern, especially with your son. Tell us a little bit more about that and why you're so careful.
So my son was a preemie. He was born, I had preeclampsia about starting at 30 weeks of pregnancy. I spent the 4 weeks on bed rest and in and out of the hospital till 34 weeks. And then he really needed to be born very quickly at 34 weeks with an urgent C-section. A lot of times NICU babies and even C-section babies can have a higher risk of asthma. And he ended up very quickly as a toddler having severe asthma, severe allergies to things, gluten being one of them, and dairy. And these products are fabulous. They're completely gluten-free. There's like no contaminants in them. I did not find them. I wish I would have found them sooner. It would have been incredible. He's now 9, and I found them when he was 8, I believe. 7, 8. But just so many things to love about these products. After I had the conversation with, it was Angie, we had an email conversation. I actually signed up from my event. I used my hostess credits to become a consultant. I still at that moment was not sure I was going to pursue any type of a business, but I had immediately had 3 or 4 friends that wanted to host events that just loved what they were seeing. So I was like, hey, why not? I didn't even have my kit. My kit hadn't even arrived when I was starting events. I just jumped in with both feet. I was like, why not? This is amazing. And I loved what I saw, and it's been the best decision ever.
Well, and Heidi, you've got some exciting news as well, with you being an expectant mom, a mom to be, right?
Yes.
And so, with that, you find that you're even more careful, more aware than ever of what you're putting on your skin. How come?
Well, I'm due with a baby in about 6 to 7 weeks, Lord willing. This is my first lemongrass pregnancy, but I was always cautious. Probably from my first pregnancy, I started to be a lot more aware with what I was putting on my baby. But honestly, I just assumed that like Johnson & Johnson was awesome for my baby because it's the baby product. It's got to be safe, right? Well, I didn't realize how important it was to learn to read labels and to research and to know what's really in our products. I think it's like 1,300 products are actually banned from the European Union, and we've only banned 3 and restricted 8 in our cosmetics and in our products. And that was one of the things that I really appreciated learning in the skincare classes. Was it only takes about 26 seconds from the time you apply something to your skin until it's actually absorbed into your bloodstream. And when you've done testing on the cords of infant babies after they're born, and they found upwards of 200 or more pesticides, carcinogens, chemicals, toxins in the blood cords of our newborn babies. It's just like unbelievable to me. And, if you love to research and you love to like read labels and figure it all out, it's awesome. You can do that for yourself. But I just love the fact that Lemongrass, that you, Heidi, have done that for us. I pretty much have a one-stop shop with lemongrass. My son was really sensitive. I'm really sensitive. I would get terrible headaches from fragrances. I still do. And I just love that I have the opportunity to use these products. They're multi-purpose. They work well for all of my children, my husband, for me. I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to worry what's in them. And it's just been an amazing decision.
Oh, it's great to hear that, Heidi. You obviously have made a great choice with the concise reasons that you've not only joined, but then also taken that step and said, hey, listen, you've shared the products with your customers and other friends, and you've also built a team because people have said to you, I want to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Social selling can be so easy based on the fact that, it can be shared through WhatsApp. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us, how it is that you're sharing products and what do people seem to be most interested in that you have found recently?
Well, one of the things that I love is that it doesn't really feel difficult to share. I don't really feel like I need to sell something because that's not my personality. I love people, and when I find something that I love sharing it with them. One of the ways that I've shared a lot that lemongrass has provided for me is to be able to give gifts. I love giving lemongrass as gifts. And I don't usually, you don't really worry about, okay, is someone going to react to this if they're sensitive? Because we have such gentle products. So a lot of it has been word of mouth. I love educating in the classes on WhatsApp. I will often do, skincare classes. I do have like a community group on WhatsApp. I do on Facebook that I share from time to time with my customers. I have the most amazing customers. Quite honestly, lemongrass came to me the same year that my mom passed away from aggressive malignant breast cancer. And that's been another huge, powerful reason for my why behind doing what I do. My mom didn't know about lemongrass. She would have absolutely loved it. And it would have been a beautiful way to pamper her and to get less toxins, on her. And my maternal grandmother also has breast cancer. It's been pretty prevalent in my family. And so, I'm even more conscious about what I'm putting on my body and in my family. And yeah, there's so many reasons that I love it and that I'm excited to use it and to share it with people. So many people don't realize that 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. And the statistics have gone up even in childhood cancers. And I care about that. I care so much about what I'm putting on my babies and what my friends are putting on their babies. And, we all can choose. And this lemongrass isn't the only company, but I love it so much. And not only that, I love the culture. I love the atmosphere. I feel like this community has been like the biggest love gift to me after going through a lot of grief. I found this amazing community that just like took me in and loved on me. Huge support. I've met the most amazing soul sisters, the best relationships, and the best customers. I mean, I've met so many new people. It's been a huge, huge blessing to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've been a blessing to them as well, Heidi, just in introducing things that they love, they're going to use in their house anyway. So why not make those safer choices, right? Yeah, absolutely. What kind of impact has this made for your family?
It's been a huge financial blessing for us. Just for instance, we hadn't traveled to see my husband's family in several years, and we were able to go back this past winter, and my income was a huge part of that. That was a huge blessing for us. It's getting more expensive to travel with a larger family, and the cost of everything is going up. Even just being able to afford better quality groceries or things like that. There's so many ways that a little side income can really help a family. We also homeschool. I'm a homeschool mom, and the closest thing we get to Florida is we use a Becca Academy homeschool. So we purchase that every year. My kiddos all use that. And, that's a decent expense. And just like all these little things that the extra benefit has really blessed our family with. I've also loved the opportunity to give back more. You're such a giving company. And I had never really researched human trafficking in my area. And I was really inspired the first January that I was a consultant to really research and find out resources in my community. And that's given me an opportunity to do giving back campaigns and to be able to give resources to my local sex trafficking ministry, my local pregnancy center. The 1-year anniversary of my mom's death, I was able to do a huge giving back campaign for hospice, and to give all the hospice nurses hand spas and just things to like bless them. And it's just been a huge opportunity that I'm extremely grateful for. Yeah, for so many ways, so many reasons.
Incredible, Heidi. It truly is. You're just an amazing woman, mom, wife, but also imagine all those people's lives that you're touching right there in your community. That's just incredible.
I'm very grateful because you've given that opportunity. And I just love the values that Lemongrass stands for. I align with your values and the giving back, the culture, just everything. It's been such a gift.
Well, likewise, you brought so much to this community, and just the overall, knowledge that you have about the products, as well as being able to educate just a handful of people. But because your why is so strong between your grandmother and your mom, obviously it's incredibly meaningful for you as well. So you're changing lives the more that you can educate people just on making tiny changes in their home, tiny changes with their skincare, their shampoo, anything that they're using, and especially on their kids. And I think you illustrated so clearly, there are so many toxins all around us. Why not choose better? When you have a choice, why not pick something that's toxin free and safer, and of course, wonderful to use, on your skin and around your household?
Absolutely. That's been a huge thing that's been really exciting to me, is the fact that when you know better, you do better. And I realized that, like, I mean, I love Jesus. I'm a Christian. I know that my times are in God's hands, but it gives me such a peace of mind and such a joy to know that I can make choices like this that are cutting down the toxic load in my home. Not only that, like our prebiotic tea tree giant wash, like I make my own laundry stain spray with that. I mean, we have so many multi-purpose products that I just love using. I love sharing with people, and it's made my life easier. I live a long ways from town. It's so handy to order all the body care and skincare products that we have for my family. They all use them, and it gets delivered to my door. It's so nice. It just makes my life easier in so many ways. So,
well, I wanted to hear about a couple of your top recommendations, Heidi, because your story is so compelling. And I don't know about you, but I know that this audience is also going to want to see exactly what it is that you're using that you're so excited about.
Well, for me, when I get pregnant, I tend to get pretty sick. It's not the most pleasant experience. It's totally worth it, but I don't always think of myself as taking a ton of time for self-care. But when I'm pregnant and when I'm sick, it's amazing how little things can give you such a comfort.
Yes, exactly.
And I've been so excited about some of the products that we have to offer, and just that they're so multi-purpose. Let's see, where do I even start? Let's see. Well, for instance, if you want me to start somewhat head to toe, I don't have everything here, but I didn't even have a regular skincare routine when I started Lemongrass. And I have to say, just even having a simple, basic skincare routine is such a game changer. One of the biggest mom hacks that I have is to keep microdermabrasion cream in your shower. If you've never experienced the amazingness of exfoliating, you need to start. It did such a transformation to my skin. My skin was always so dry and peely, and I was using good products and I was moisturizing, I thought, but it's such a game changer when you realize that you need to exfoliate. And I'm in my 30s, and skin cells are turning over a little slower. So yeah, that's been such a game changer for my skin. And I always tell moms, I know you're busy and it sounds like you don't have time for this, but keep it in your shower. Do it once or twice a week. I promise you will love it. And that's one of the products my customers love. So many of them have tried it and they've been like, my face feels like a baby.
So much better. Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge product that I love. I also love using on your stretching itchy belly. I love using
Ooh.
our body polish. I do this probably once a week. My skin tends to get a little more sensitive, when it's stretched thin, but I do this really gently, gentle exfoliation in the shower. I love that. I'm also like super excited about our prebiotics. This one I was skeptical about because I was like, well, it doesn't have the normal rich lather. But I listened to the training that you did with Brian Hessling, I believe, and I was so enthralled because I'm really interested in gut health. And so I've researched gut health and the fact that our gut has a microbiome and the fact that our skin has a microbiome and we can feed it with these amazing prebiotics that make our skin heal faster and like feed our skin and lock in hydration and all boost skin health and texture and all the things. I have loved using that. That's been a game changer. And you can use prebiotic wash or the body polish to shave. I mean, you can get rid of a product. So you don't have to buy that anymore.
Yeah.
And have the smoothest, most amazing skin. I mean, yeah, I've loved that. I love that we have balms that are safe. I love using this Revival Balm. I have some varicosities, some varicose veins. And not only that, if you deal with round ligament pain, this Revival Balm has caffeine and turmeric, and it's so soothing and anti-inflammatory, and it's also safe for pregnancy. So I will often use this. I love using it if I get groin pain, round ligament pain, or on my varicosities. And let's see, that's one of my favorites. My favorite to go on top of it then, because I'm pumped about magnesium, is our Calm Cream. As you can see, this is like gone. Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm supposed to be getting a box today.
I was going to say, time for a refill, Heidi. Oh, I love it.
Yes, it's supposed to come today. But our Calm Magnesium Cream, I actually, I don't know if you've researched magnesium. I'm sure you have, but it's it's a game changer. It's so fabulous. I mean, this product is not just for pregnancy. None of these are, but this is just, man, which way do I hold it here?
There you go.
This is so fabulous for everybody. I love that it's safe for babies, 3 months and up. I use this on my daughter if she's needs a little chilling out. Magnesium is important and necessary for over 300 biochemical functions in our body on a daily basis. Every cell needs it to thrive and function. And I love just the fact that I can put this on topically. If you want to in the morning after you work out, it's invigorating and stimulating to your legs. But if you want to put it on at night, it's so relaxing, soothing, calming, relieving for pain. Magnesium is so helpful for hormonal issues, PMS symptoms, any cramps or pain that you might get. I'm all about it. So this is like a all the time product that I use. So another pregnancy comfort that I've loved is our Calm Soak.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. And if you don't want to take a bath in this, I love just getting a dollar store dish tub and just soaking my feet. I love doing this with my daughter. And I love that you use Dead Sea salt in here, because Dead Sea salt is 10 times more higher in mineral content than regular sea salt. And I learned this from my husband, but our soils are just getting more and more depleted of minerals. And so any chance that I have to add in more minerals, we need minerals for life, for abundant health. Anytime I can add in minerals like this, I'm all about it. In fact, my daughter, Ella, she's 4 and she has 3 older brothers, total tomboy, but this is almost a daily occurrence that she goes and draws herself a bath.
Oh,
and
that's
she has
so
to get her
sweet.
Calm bath soaks. She's all about her self-care already.
Oh, well, I can tell just how excited you are about the products, Heidi. And, we could be here all evening. We really could, just talking about all the different things. One of the most exciting parts about sharing in your enthusiasm is always contagious, right? And that's how people feel about our products as well. And right now we have an opportunity for people to say yes, just like you did a couple of years ago. And you're like, you know what? I'm ready for something to add something in my life that can be really meaningful. Swapping out a few products in my home, but also maybe helping a few people along the way make easier and less toxic choices, right? For their skincare.
Absolutely.
And we have an offer right now, which is exceptional. We've never done this before. We're offering 20% off our starter kits. So instead of $129 for your starter success kit, your spa party success kit, or even the share minerals kit, which is normally $129, we're taking 20% off. So both kits, actually, you get $800 worth of products for only $200 right now. So if there isn't a better time to join, I don't even know when that would be, quite honestly, because you get so many wonderful products that you can use in your home, gift to others, share with friends and family, replace, kind of switch and ditch some things that maybe you're thinking are a little bit of questionable in your home, and start using these amazing products that really truly make a difference.
Absolutely. It is a wonderful, wonderful deal, and it will change your life, I promise you.
Oh, it has for so many people, and especially for you, Heidi. I can just see, your excitement, your enthusiasm. And again, congratulations on all your success. By the way, we didn't even chat about this, but you earned during your time with Lemongrass an all expense paid trip to Jamaica as well. And with your baby expecting, I know you're not actually going to be traveling this round, but I know you'll earn it again. And congratulations on all your success, because that is truly amazing.
Thank you so much. I just attribute it to you and your amazing company and the amazing community and my beautiful customers and my wonderful team. I feel so blessed and so honored.
Oh, well, please encourage those of you who are watching, if someone comes to mind that really could resonate with Heidi's story. Maybe it's another mom to be, or someone who's homeschooling. Maybe it's someone who in their family recently got a diagnosis and they've really decided, I need to make some changes in my life, and this could be an opportunity. Or it's that little something extra that your family needs income wise that could make a difference as well. With Heidi doing her business on her phone, using WhatsApp, using social selling, now it's just such an easy opportunity for you to get started and have some extra income and flexibility, especially because you can work from anywhere.
Absolutely. It's a game changer. It really is.
Well, tag someone that you know that would be interested in, of course, hearing Heidi's story or some of her mom hacks. She had so many today that she shared with all of you. So have a great evening. And thank you, Heidi, so much for your compelling story and just sharing a little bit more about your beautiful family.
Thank you, Heidi. I feel very blessed to have been here with you.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.